Art is the expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, typically in a visual form, such as painting or sculptures. And it could also be a creative activity, such as music, writing, and dance. So it could be a visual thing, it could be an audio thing, or it could be performing.
Okay, so maybe I'll start.
Yeah, go ahead, Amber.
Okay. So I'll just say first that I've never really thought of myself as an artistic person. You know, when you kind of think of creative people or artistic or artsy people, you think of like just really great work, like, you know, really awesome paintings or sculptures or things that take a lot of practice and time and, you know, kind of perfecting. But then, you know, after this week, even, and just in general, looking at all the different forms of art, and that your art, it doesn't have to be perfect for it to be art, or for it to be, you know, something really nice or something that you worked really hard on. I don't know. So I just wanted to say that, because I never thought of myself as an artist, but there are things that, like, kind of like what Chelsea said with the definition, like, I don't know if you said, but I was thinking like dancing, or, you know, playing an instrument, or photography, or all those kind of things is like a form of art. So I kind of like that it is more like versatile and different things that you can do. But I just wanted to show a quick painting that I did that I'm really proud of, because I don't think I've ever really painted anything remotely nice, or like, you know, like a picture or something. Like, I've painted rocks and like stuff like that. So let's see. It's a pumpkin otter.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, so
cute.
I did one of those like, you follow the instructor, you know. And I did it with my mom for around Halloween, and it was a lot of fun. I didn't really want to hang it in my house, because I was like, you know, it's kind of silly, and maybe I thought it was like a little childish looking, and because it's like Halloween theme. And so I finally just hung it up, and I'm just really proud of it, because, you know, I worked hard, and yeah.
You should be proud. It's really good.
So, so I'm like Amber, right? Like, the ways that I express my creativity, I haven't always thought of as art, but like, I played flute when I was a kid. I was in choir. I was in sign choir. So I've always liked, and I've always enjoyed being a part of something musical. I like music, and I like having it come through me in some form. And then I also like to do things with my hands. So I brought a washcloth.
Ooh.
And you can't really see the pattern on it that well, but I like to try new patterns, and like, I just follow the directions. So I'm proud of my little projects that I make that way. And during the bachelor's degree, I took a class called Eco Art, and it was about, making art out of like the land and the environment and water and natural things.
Whoa.
And so my end project, I actually really liked. I went to different beaches around the area, and I took pictures of the beach and the water, and then I framed those, and then I also collected rocks. I collected jars of sand, jars of water. I collected seashells, and then I had a shelf, and I put them all on the shelf in little ways that looked like a design to me, and along with my pictures. And my teacher called it like a cabinet of curiosity, but like, I didn't feel confident enough to like make a drawing or a painting or something. And I think that just because I don't know any techniques, I guess. But this was something I felt like I could do and have my own personal touch on it. And I really liked it. I felt peaceful looking at it because it was like a little watery, beachy oasis. But, it smelled like the beach. So I took everything back to the beach and took the shelf to my mom's house. And now I have the pictures at work.
I like being creative. That's just something I like doing.
Yeah, Chelsea's a creative one in this trio here.
It's just stuff I enjoy doing, whether it's painting, drawing, dancing. Yeah, those are pretty much the main three things. I used to like doing photography. That was another thing I really enjoyed doing. Wasn't the greatest, but it was still fun. Especially during social distancing, or even beyond that too. I like doing art when I'm like stressed out or just need something to just chill out for the day, like on the weekend or something. I just like painting, and sometimes it's not even an item or an object I'm trying to paint. It's just like the whole abstract thing. And just for whatever reason, just putting it on a canvas or putting it on a watercolor paper or something is just very therapeutic for me and calming. And one of the things I enjoy doing is I recently found this like paste that you mix with acrylic paint, and it creates like an extra texture to your painting. And apparently when it dries, you could like sand it down and stuff like that, and it's like waterproof or whatever. But I just like creating that texture and not mess with it afterwards. And that just adds like another dimension to it, and it's just really fun because like you never know what. I don't really have a plan in mind other than like maybe a few colors. But yeah, it's definitely one of the things I've been doing when I just need a little creative outlet during this time. But yeah, there's so many different creative outlets out there for people. And it doesn't even have to be what you typically think, which is like creating a song, playing a song on the piano, painting, drawing, photography. It could even be self-expression through your fashion, your self-expression through your haircut and your hair color.
Makeup.
Yeah, makeup.
Yeah. I was thinking about cooking. I
Cooking.
was wandering around my house thinking, like, what can I show or talk about that's artistic? And I think my creativity comes out in my cooking because I kind of get into a zone while I'm cooking. And, like, I start thinking of different things that would taste good together. And it's like putting together... I was going to compare it to, like writing a song is how I was gonna compare it to.
Okay.
But like it's like, this adding this here and waiting for the specific time to do this to it. Like I don't know. I really enjoy it. I like being in the kitchen making something. And then of course at the end if it tastes good.
That's a bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Food Network. It's my go-to in the evenings, apparently. But yeah, like thinking of like the colors that come from the food and the way you plate something, and even baking. Baking's very creative too because you have to frost, and maybe you're creating a flower out of the frosting or the fondant stuff and putting it on a cake, or doing cupcakes and all those different cookies and all of that. Like that's very creative as well. Yeah.
Oh, the other thing I thought of is, okay, so I like to play Sims 4, but
Me too.
but the most thing that I really ever do with it is I build houses on there.
Me too.
And so that's artistic for me. It's creative, and I have a lot of fun designing my own house from the ground up. And so, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I could spend hours doing that.
I spend hours just creating the character. And then spending another couple hours trying to build something, and then get bored, and then delete it, and then make something else, or move a house, recreate that one.
Yep.
Yeah. I guess another thing that I really liked to do growing up was just like playing with beads and like making bracelets and earrings and necklaces. So I've always enjoyed that, and I still do. Yeah, and I was trying to think of a way how gardening maybe fits in, because over the weekend I went and bought a bunch of plants, and just trying to like do up our yard, and like I keep saying, oh, I wish I was like I don't know, some kind of landscape designer. I'm trying to figure out where I can put beauty bark or certain plants that'll look good, or just to make the yard look nice and stuff. So that's probably like my main one. But other than those things, nothing else really comes to mind other than, what we've kind of talked about.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought of like interior design, and I'm not saying that what I do is interior design, but like I definitely get happy like rearranging and buying like a new piece of art, or figuring out what colors I want to redo a room in. And like I just redid my bathroom in blues. And so it's fun. It's fun to handle objects and move them around and figure out where things look good.
Another thing I was thinking of is just us teaching little toasters. And we have to be creative in, just teaching it. And depending on the topic, we have to think of crafts sometimes. If we have time to do crafts with our toasters, what craft are we doing? And that's even a creative thing. Doing the arts and crafts. And then creating a question for them to write a speech about. And then that's their creative thing that they have to do, is figuring out what they're going to write and then writing their speech. So public speaking in a way is a creative thing too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I almost said like my involvement in Toastmasters, because it is kind of like, I don't know, what do you call speaking like an art form? I mean, maybe they would say it that way, because it is something that you're trying to practice and kind of perfect, and be able to say things, in a way that people understand them, or tell a story to where like you're so detailed and you make it feel like people were there, there's certain like speaking that you can get creative with.
Yeah, storytelling, poems.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think about how, from our conversation, like how if you put your own thoughts and time into something, it pretty much becomes something that's creative. You are creating something. So like you can just walk around doing your normal life things, and you're doing lots of creative things because you're unique and you are just your active everyday things. Everything's unique to you. No one else could do it like you. And so it's creative.
And it's all like a form of self-expression, from the way I put my hair up to the clothes I'm wearing and my makeup, or, you know.
The way you tell a story.
Yeah. So I like that, because, how I started saying that I've never thought I'm creative or artistic, or even if I was, maybe it wasn't that great. But I like the thought and the idea that, creativity comes in many, many different ways.
Exactly.
Something I read too that I liked, that said that like art and like, creative things is taking like from a mental form to a physical form, you know,
Hmm.
like, or maybe not mental, like thoughts or feelings, and you're putting it into like a physical form, like a piece of art or, you know, whatever you're doing. So, I don't know.
So anything you can think or feel can become art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.